Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is Nova Gnome Creations, and I'm Nova, and I'm so happy to see you today. Welcome back. I hope that you are doing well, and I hope that you and your loved ones are taking care of the best that you can. I hope that you're taking some time for you, for just yourself, for nobody else, not something you have to do. Just some time to take some deep breaths, some time to relax, maybe sit and have a cup of hot tea or coffee, maybe turn on your favorite TV show, maybe turn on your favorite YouTube channel, maybe pick up a book, pick up a crochet project, whatever it is that's going to bring you a little bit of peace and a little bit of joy, and that is just for you. You need to do that. So make sure you take some time to do that for yourself, okay? Do that today. Do that every day if possible, even if it's just 5 minutes. Even if it's just getting up a little smidgy bit earlier and sitting and looking out the window and having your morning cup of joe, whatever you can do just to carve out a little bit of time for you, do that. All right, guys. So I have an exciting announcement today. I have a community project that I would like to start, and I also have a bit of Happy Mail. So we'll first start with the community project because the Happy Mail actually goes hand in hand with the community project. So I can't remember. I did, yes. I mentioned this in a video a little while back, just very much in passing, but I had been thinking for a while, this was actually kind of a thing that was stewing in my head over the summer, that it would be really fun to do a community project. And what I mean by that is actually a little bit different from the community projects that we've done. So in the past, we've done things like Community Spotlight, which is just you send in your makes, pictures of your makes, and I display them all, and I do that on Fridays. I'm still doing that. We have also done, back last year around Halloween, when Crystal at Chronically Crocheting, when she was doing the Yarn Fairy thing, I came up with the Yarn Fairy Friday idea, which was if you were sending in little amigurumis to Crystal for her little yarn, for her to be a Yarn Fairy goal that she had, I put together a video where I would display everybody's little creations. There was like little pocket-sized amigurumi. So we've had kind of community projects. Oh, and also every month we have our gnomes. I do a little gnomey parade on the last Saturday of the month, and you guys can send in your gnomes that you've made for that. So we've done like community projects, but we haven't really done like something where we all come together and make something together. Oh, and I also have done crochet alongs, which is kind of like, you know, I make something and you can make it too, but this is different. Okay. So, I don't know why I like dramatically said, so my idea is that everybody can make squares, and if you would like to, of course, my cat is meowing in the other room, so I'm sorry about that if that is distracting. Everybody can make squares and send them in. So you'll actually be sending it in, and it'll all be going together to make a community project. So what I'm thinking is a community blanket. And I thought squares would be perfect because you don't have to crochet. You can knit, you can crochet, you could do it on a loom, you could do it however you do your fiber art. And I know there are a few people here who don't do fiber art. I'm not really sure if there's a way, like something that you could contribute if you wanted to be part of it. But I know most of you guys here do fiber art. So hopefully this makes it so if you want to be part of it, you can be part of it, because you can make any square you want. But I thought this would be fun because it's something that can be available for all skill levels. You can make just a basic granny square or a basic, you know, like, I don't know, knit square. You could do like just a very basic thing. You could do it in a solid color, or you could like, you know, make it interesting with like some flair of using some strange yarns or variegated yarns. Or you could go even further and do something like a 3D granny square, you know. A lot of us have like these 3D granny squares saved on our computers, or we have the books with the cool squares in them. Not even necessarily 3D squares, but just any of the cool squares, or even things that maybe aren't a square, but you could finish off into a square. that are kind of things you would just not want to make a whole bunch of. So you're like, well, I would love to make this, but I don't know what I would make it for. And I don't want to make like 50 of them to like make a project out of it. So you just kind of never do it. I thought it'd be really cool because you could like do something really interesting, really intricate that you wouldn't want to make more than one of, and you don't have to make more than one of it because you just send that one in and it goes into this community project where everybody's sending in a square, and it's just going to be like so different. Like everybody's different skill levels, everybody's different taste, different selections of yarn, different styles, different like themes. I just think it sounds so fun, and I would be so cool to see what we come up with. And I was thinking, you know, you don't even have to go by a certain size or anything. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out how to put it all together. And of course, like I said, I'll put it together, and I'll keep you guys updated, and we'll make it into a thing. So here's what we're going to do. If you would like to participate in our community project, our first ever community project, my address is in the description box of this video. It is also, I believe, in my, what's it called? My beacons, which is also in the description of this video. It is just a link that has all of my links inside of it. So if you click on my beacons, it has like my Amazon wish list, my YouTube, my Instagram, my TikTok. It has all that stuff inside of it so that it's like just one place that's easy to see everything. But I also believe that I have like my address just listed at the bottom of my description box. So you can send in a square, and you can send in as many squares as you want. Don't send me like, you know, 50 of the same exact square, like you started to make a blanket and you're like, I don't want these 50 squares. But like, if you want to send in like 5 squares or something like that, go for it. You can send in as many as you want. I don't know how much participation we're going to have. So, you know, sending in a few squares might be a good idea. I have no idea how, like how involved people are going to get in this. I hope people get involved with it because it could be super fun. That also is like the thing about, I don't know how frequently I'll be making videos because I have to see how popular it is, like how much people send in. So it could end up being a weekly segment. It might be a monthly segment. It just might be a randomly whenever I have enough squares sent in to make a video. So I'm going to kind of leave that open, but I will update you guys doing kind of like a Happy Mail style video where I open up packages with granny squares in them and show you guys what the granny squares are looking like, and you know, we can get a feel of what it's going to be looking like as we go along. And of course I'll keep you guys updated, and we'll work on the blanket together and everything. I think it's going to be super fun. So I'm very excited about it. This will go on until we have enough squares to make a blanket. So there's not going to be a definitive start and end date. I mean, well, start date's right now, but there won't be a definitive end date because I just don't know how quickly I'll get enough squares for it. So that's just something that we'll just have to keep, we'll talk about it as we go along, and when we have enough, then we'll be done collecting squares. So if you would like to send in your squares, feel free to do that. I would absolutely love it. I think it'll be so fun. It's also something that is relatively accessible as far as like finances, because you don't need very much yarn to make squares, and you could just stick it in an envelope. So very excited. I hope you guys are excited about this. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think about doing a blanket. I tossed around to the idea of doing a couple different things, but I decided on a blanket because then I don't have to limit the size of the squares, so that people can make whatever squares that they have like patterns for or whatever ideas for, and they don't have to worry about it fitting into the size, because some squares might be really big and some might be really small, and you know, everybody's gauge is different and the yarn they use is different. And I was like, it would be nice if it was a no stress project. You could just do what you do, send it in, and I'll put it in there. So I thought a blanket would be the best way to do that. But yeah, so I am super, super excited for our first ever community project. So moving right along, that is the segue into this Happy Mail. I got a package from Sam. If you guys have not heard me talk about Sam before, she has a channel here on YouTube, and I will link it in the description box below. But it is Manfa's Makes. I'm sure that if you follow me, you probably follow her. But if you don't, definitely check her out. She is awesome. I love her. And she does a segment every week called Tile of the Week. Tile of the Week. Thursdays, to be precise. And she recently was like, oh my gosh, you guys, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these squares. They've accumulated quite a few. Her and her hubby Mike are doing the Tile of the Week segment together, so every week they're getting 2 squares. Every month they're having 8 squares, and you know, that just like snowballs into a bunch of squares. And this book that they're using, the squares aren't even all the same size, so like it's not a very easy thing to put a project together from this book of 100 squares or 100 tiles. So anyways, so she's like, I have all these squares. Do you guys want them? And if you want them, let me know which ones you want and I'll send them to you. So I was like, this is perfect for my plans to do this blanket. So I was like, oh my gosh, yes. So let me show you what she sent me. Make sure I got everything out of here. For one, also, I want to show you guys, make sure I cover up anything identifying for her. I wanted to show you guys this packaging is so adorable. She put stickers all over it and cutesy stuff. And I also just love getting mail from other countries. I love the little like royal mail stickers and stuff. It's so cool. So cool. Actually, the envelope even has like a little Royal Mail like emblem, and there are flamingos. If you didn't notice, a lot of these stickers are flamingos, and that's because she absolutely loves flamingos. So I sent in a thing. She said to like pick a couple different tile sets. That way, if there was competition for them, it was easier to like just go down your list of wants. So I sent in a couple of them. I was like, this one, you know, any of these. And she sent me, for one, she has like little postcards with her logo on them, which is so cute. So she said that she enclosed 2 pairs of tiles, one of my choices, and the very first tiles ever made in their segment. And that she wanted to see what we did with them. And big love and hugs from Sam and Moose Mike. That's his little nickname for their channel. She's Manfa and he's Moose Mike. Okay, so let's start with the first ones. I think this is so perfect for this community project to have their first tiles from their Tile of the Week segment. I feel like very honored, and I feel like this is like the perfect way to start this project. I've got the first tiles from their Tile of the Week segment. Guys, these were in their video. They were like sitting there holding them up being in their video. Isn't this cool? So I am super happy about that. I think that was just the cutest thing. And then she also sent me these ones, and let me make sure that I have the fronts facing you guys. These bad boys. I feel like this is like this particular colorway. It reminds me of like a rug, like a very ornate, rich colored, like fancy rich rug. Isn't it so cool looking? They are both gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I just thought that these were very, very unique and very intricate, and just like, oh my gosh, they put so much work into these. Like, dang, they put a lot of work into these. So I'm gonna like try to like hold them up so you guys can really see all the color changes and all the stitches. I love these spike stitches. I feel like the effect of the spike stitches is so cool. There's that one, and then here's this one. I love it. I think these are surface stitches or front. I think these are front loops. Front loop only slip stitches. I just love these. They're very, very gorgeous. They're giving me mandala vibes. So we have not only our first community project, but we have the first squares for our community project. I am freaking geeked. I'm so excited, you guys. So I was like, I had been debating on when I was going to announce this and like start the ball rolling. And originally I was like, well, I'm doing community spotlight through the end of the year because at the beginning of the year, that was my thing. I was going to do it the whole year, every Friday. And I was like, well, maybe it'll be like next year's project. Maybe I should start it like in January. And I thought about that. And then I was like, well, honestly, I'll probably still continue to do community spotlight because people really like community spotlight. After the year's over, I might reel it back and do it once a month and have it be a bigger thing where like all of your month's makes are put into a video or something. I don't know yet. That's just like something that I thought about. But I was like, you know what? After having this kind of, not really a hiatus, but like very sparse videos for the last few months with summer, I was like, this is a perfect way to just jump back into it. And I'm excited. I also got like a lot of new subscribers, which welcome to the channel. I got new subscribers. I was like, you know, some of you guys haven't been here very long and you maybe haven't even been around when I'm super active. So I thought this would be just a good way to get like everybody involved and just have something fun that we can work on together. So I hope you guys are just as excited as I am. And I really hope you guys send in squares. I hope that this doesn't totally flop and we have this like grand idea and get like 5 squares, but I think it could be so fun. And when I did mention it in my video a while ago, just to kind of gauge interest a little bit, a lot of you guys said that you'd be into it. Actually, I think some of you even emailed me, which reminds me, I need to go check my email because I have neglected it very badly over this last couple of weeks with everything going on, which I think everybody understands and is completely fair. I gave myself that grace, especially this like last week. I was like, I'm just gonna not check it. I'm just gonna not reply. Sometimes I saw things pop up and I was like, oh cool, I'll check that later. So I do need to do that now, but all right guys, so there it is, our first ever community project. I cannot wait to see what you guys sent in, and I can't wait to make the next video and show you guys some squares. All right guys, have a wonderful day and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.